Hi traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency with a new video on the euro dollar and pound dollar analysis. Okay, let's start with the euro dollar. So euro dollar made a strong upside and we were saying that this is probably going to be a bigger ABC. So either that this was going to be a wave A and here was going to be a wave B and up for wave C. Now I don't think that actually the wave A was finished yet, because if you put a fib from, for instance, here to here, right, from the very top to the very bottom, very bottom to the very top, then you can see the price only went to the 23.6 fib, which is not a typical fib for a wave B. So I think actually what happened was that this was completing still a wave 3, and this was part of a wave 4 correction right here. Let's dive into the 1 hour chart. There we go. And we were saying watch out for the 21 EMA here, because it could still act as resistance. That's what it did. It broke below it, hit the 21 EMA, then broke back below it. Now that completed an ABC. It's just that the wave C didn't go too far, and that's why I think that that's a wave 4, because if it would be a wave B, it would have gone at least to the 38.2 fib of the entire swing. So this is starting to look like a wave 1. Here a wave 2. This was a wave 3 with clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern in it. This was a bull flag, right, with the ABC in it for wave 4, and then we had a re-break above the 21 EMA. This is important because the second break above the 21 EMA, this being the first, this being the second, is often more stable and more reliable. That's what happened here too. Price re-broke above it, retested the 21 EMA, and then bounced off of it. That's exactly what I said as well here. Wait for the retest and re-break. That never happened. We had wicks here, we had a break, but we didn't have a second break because look at these wicks, and we actually had a break below it. So price moving up higher, and if you look at the higher time frames, you'll see price action candlesticks confirming that. You'll see a strong weekly candle, right, going back to the 21 EMA, and you'll see a strong daily candle showing almost engulfing twins here. In any case, a very strong bullish candlestick pattern. You see also that price broke above the 21 EMA, retested the 21 EMA, and now it's breaking above it. So I do think that there's a pretty fair chance that either on Monday or Tuesday there will be still a continuation within wave 5. Now, wave 5 is more risky because if we're trading it, you could be trading it then in the middle of wave 5 or at the end of wave 5. And if it finishes as a wave 5, then price is expected to make a correction. So if we put back the fib from here to here, if this is the end of wave 5, which I don't think, but if it is, I would expect price then to make a retracement to these 3 fibs, as that would complete the wave A, this would be a wave B, and up we would go for expected wave C. Now I don't think this wave A is finished yet, but once wave A finishes, I'll put the fib from this bottom to the very top and wait for these fibs for price to go back to the fibs and then bounce at these fibs. So how far could wave A go? I think if we go back to the 4-hour chart and put the fib from here to here again, representing that wave 3 like this, then I think it goes to the minus 272 target, for instance, at 117. That could be the main target. Or maybe even to the minus 61.8 target, although that seems a little bit quite high because there are also horizontal resistance levels that we should be aware of up in here. I'll mark those like this. All right. So those are highs and closes up in here. So there is a pretty thick resistance zone also here as well, around that 117.50, 117.25, 117.75. So price could go a little bit above 117, but it is slamming into a lot of resistance. It's difficult to say which level will be exactly used. There's also a long-term moving average, but any of those could be a turning spot for a wave B. And then I expect price to basically move up, then move it 3-wave down like this, perhaps use these levels as a potential head and shoulders level, and then move up again for wave C. We can also put a trend line connecting these bottoms. Of course, if price breaks below this trend line and the 21 EMA, that could already indicate that wave A is finished and that price is ready for wave B. That could be a break, pullback, continuation like this for that ABC within wave B. And I think that's about it. On a 50-minute chart, it could be good to keep an eye on, maybe because this could be a wave 1, 2, 3, so it could be good to keep an eye on a micro fib like this, right? Dangerous fib because it's such a low time frame. But if it does bounce at the 38, 50 fib or 23.6 fib, it's looking like a triangle at the moment. Or if it breaks, that could be indication of that wave 5 of 5 perhaps. And if it re-breaks below this top, right, then that could indicate that this is not a wave 4 anymore, right? So that's also something to be aware of, that could indicate a break below to the downside if price breaks below this level, which is 115.80-ish, all right? So let's take a look at the pound. I think I really said everything I wanted to. I have a feeling I forgot one particular item, but I think that's about it. Pound dollar, I thought could have been in a bearish wave 4, so that this was wave 4 like this is wave 3, and down it can go for wave 5. Now I'm not too certain about that anymore, because price action was pretty strong, and the downside was not that impulsive. I think both scenarios are still possible. Let me explain. If we look at the wave 3, which is a little bit difficult to read at this point, but it could be from here, for instance, to here, like this. Then price stopped at the 38.2 fib, right? And that could be typical for wave 4. It also broke below the 21 EMA of the 4-hour chart. So those are all good things, but as I already mentioned earlier in the video, the second break below the 21 EMA is more reliable. So if price were to break below the 21 EMA, again, with the candle close below it, then the chance of a wave 5 starting are increasing. And there could be the fact that this is a wave 1, 2, down it goes for wave 3, 4, 5 of the bigger wave 5. Now if price, for whatever reason, moves down but then starts to show a bounce here, then this is probably more of an ABC. This was an ABC, and it could go up again for an ABC to expand a bigger correction. And in that case, the target could be around level like 130, which is also in this case the 50 fib. It might extend beyond that, but that would be the first target. If price, however, breaks below the 21 EMA and really starts to show a lot of momentum like this, and then shows a bear flag, then this is probably wave 3, 4, and then down for 5. That's if price breaks below the 21 EMA and breaks below probably like a trend line like this. All right, let's take a look at that hourly chart, and also probably breaks below the 21 EMA and the long-term moving average on this time frame. Now let me get rid of this fib. All right, now what if price re-breaks above it, above this 21 EMA? I would like to see probably a break, pullback, and bounce before I think that a bigger upside is confirmed. In that case, it is still possible that this is a wave 4. Although it was a deep retracement, it bounced roughly at the 50 fib, in between the 50 and 61.8 fib. It's a deep retracement, but still possible that this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we get a break to the upside, that could be the wave 5. So that's why I was saying a break, but pullback and bounce is very important. We'd have to break above this top, and we might have a wave 5. In that case, I don't think that this is a bearish wave 4 anymore. In that case, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that could be a bigger wave A. Expect a 3-wave down, and then a wave C again. All right. And in that case, we'll put the fib, just like with the euro dollar, from the very bottom to the very top. And if, for instance, price, well, let me, 1 second before we dive into that. If, for instance, price goes to 130, which is the minus 272 target, that could be the target of the wave 5. We'll put the fib from the very bottom to the very top at 130, and we'll be looking for a 3-wave down to either of these, any of these 3 fibs typically, and then a bounce again. All right, let's put a whiz level. I think that's what I wanted to show on the euro dollar as well, from here to here for this bottom. All right, 5th whiz level would be the target for the pound. All right, and let's take away this expert advisor. So otherwise, on higher time frames, we are looking at that price went back to the 21 EMA. All right, so that is a strong resistance spot at this point because, you know, price was moving away from it for a while. So I think it's 50-50 whether we get a bullish break, pullback, continue, or if we get a bearish break, at this moment, and the weekly chart showing a bullish candle after last week was a doji. So I think we'll have to wait for the break to see. Let me go back to the euro dollar now to talk about that whiz level, as just to show where the targets are. That's the only thing that I had in mind that I wanted to add, and I forgot about it. There we go. So, one second, folks. Let me go back here, and there we go. There. So yes, third whiz level, fourth whiz level are the targets for the moment. Could even be the third, in fact, 116.75, 75-ish, or 117.50 seem to be the main target, looking at whiz at least. But we know that there's a fib target, a -272 target at 117 as well. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for joining. Wish you all good trading. More free analysis, of course, throughout the week at theleadcurrency.com, and see you all soon. Cheers.